All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Benjamin Hinton podcast, and I will be talking about. Actually, no, sorry, this is the basketball podcast. My name is Benjamin Hinton. Sorry, this is my very first podcast, and I will be just going through a bunch of stuff about the league, about everything. I'm just going through stuff with the league, looking at stuff like Christmas games. Look at that first Christmas game, Warriors without Steph Curry versus a healthy Grizzlies. And you know what? The Warriors pulled it out. I did not believe in them because I'm a Warriors fan. Because we announced Steph, and I only believe in we got Steph. Clay, bad start, went on good, had a really good game. Jordan Poole, great game as well. Really great game. Love watching him just light it up for three. Then you got John Morant. John Morant also had a great game as well. Also, I want to mention one thing. There is no video for this, obviously, because I'm recording this on a phone, and I can't really point at myself and talk and make sure that I have a good lighting and all that stuff. I don't have a camera, no microphone either, so this is all on phone for the very first episode of the basketball podcast. So I'm really gonna probably talk about just the contenders. And some of the pretenders who look like they're gonna start doing really well, but I just don't think they're gonna do very well. And first of all, for the contenders, you got Celtics. I think the Celtics have a chance to go back to the NBA Finals and probably win it. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams comes back. They're a very cohesive, well-run team. Even though they don't have Ime, that whole situation was kind of, I wouldn't say traumatic for the team, but kind of traumatic. They lost their head coach, which is a big part of how they run the team, obviously. But they still picked it up somehow. They're playing really great basketball. Great team. Jason Tatum, MVP season, possibly. He's playing really, really good. So if he just picks up maybe a little bit more, plays the same way he's been playing or something, he could be the MVP. Also, apologies, I ran out of screen time on my phone, so I can't look up stats and stuff. So, lovely. So sadly, this will not be a very statistically prone episode. Next one will most likely be though. So I will just be going off of what I think. And the next contender are the Bucks. The Bucks are incredible. Giannis and stuff, because he's Giannis. He's literally the best player in the league, most likely. Besides maybe Luka. Luka's having a good season. But, of course, you got Giannis. Giannis, having the same season he's been playing. I want to say 30 plus, 12, 6, I don't know, something probably like that. Giannis, what he usually has. So, obviously probably has like a block and a half. To be honest. Steal, you never know. He's definitely shooting over 60% from the field. I hope he's shooting really good from three. I think he can. If he develops that three ball, he can be one. He can probably be the greatest player of all time. If he can shoot that thing, even above 40. If he gets it to even a 40%, 35 plus, he'd be incredible. He's already incredible. He'd be literally one of the best players ever if he just developed a three-point shot. I'd say the same thing about Zion, but we'll get to that. And then you really get into this Bucks team, the depth that they have. They got, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, incredible defender, Chris Middleton, scorer, and semi-defender. Drew Holiday's been scoring, he's been taking up that, secondary scoring, because, Chris Middleton's been on and off this season because he's been injured. And then, when he's been on the court, he hasn't been shooting the best, but I think Chris Middleton could be a very, very, very good player. He's Chris Middleton, so he's going to be really, really good. And then you got, I talking about Celtics. Oh, sorry, the depth of the Bucks. Brook Lopez, obviously big man shooter. He's I'd say he's one of those first little big man shooter guys back when he's on the Nets. He could definitely shoot the ball then. He shoots the ball now. He's such big, block shots, good rebounds. Great player to have in your team. And then you got some players like Pat Connaughton. Pat Connaughton had a pretty solid junior. He's a dynamic shooting guard, can get to the basket. Fed a little bit Grayson. Then you get Grayson Allen. I don't like him, but he's still a solid player. He can shoot the ball. I don't want to say he can defend, but when he does defend, he's dirty. And then, who else is on that team? I mean, Bobby Portis. He's always been a solid player. He can shoot the ball, defend, obviously post up, get to the rim, center, and be a big guy. Bobby Portis, great player. I mean, this is overall, their team overall is really good, along with the Celtics. Celtics got a lot of depth as well. I forgot to mention Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, I said Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, all them guys, they really have just an incredible cohesive team. These teams at the top are just cohesive teams that run the offense as well, and that just play very good. And the third team, I think, can win a championship. To be honest, I think it's kind of tough for me because it's between the Pelicans, which I know Pelicans, weird team to pick, but Pelicans are such a good team. I just love how they run their offense. I mean, they have people who you just forget about. I mean, you forget Devontae Graham's on the team. And then, of course, you got the big guns, Zion Williamson. Zion is incredible. He's been playing really good this season. He's 284 pounds, and he has a 45-inch vertical, most likely. 45 was the last update they had of him. But this dude is jacked. I saw a picture of him standing next to Giannis. They both going for Zion had the ball. They're standing next to each other, and Zion was just bigger than him. He was just, literally just, his arm was bigger than Giannis's arm. And I was shocked. It's really incredible how much bigger Zion has gotten. But he's not. What? He's just gotten just absolutely insane. Sorry, that's my dad. He called me and told me he was watching a movie. I'll go put on watch a movie and say, this would be a short podcast, I'll just do a little 8 minutes and then 8 more minutes and then we'll go downstairs and watch a little movie, Or I'm gonna go. So you guys don't get to watch a movie. Sorry. Maybe one day I'll let y'all watch a movie. You never know. But thank you for watching, by the way. If y'all watch, obviously still got more minutes at the time. And this podcast is sponsored by no one because I'm not sponsored, obviously, because this is my first ever podcast. So, I mean, if y'all can even hear me, I'd be surprised, to be honest. That'd be great if y'all could. Lovely. Okay. Anyways. Pelicans or Cavaliers? I think Cavaliers are just they're an incredible team. Donovan Mitchell, 28 points per game, just playing really good. Donovan Mitchell's having one of the best seasons of his career. Even with, the backcourt of Darius Garland as well. And you got their amazing front court as well. They got Kevin Love off the bench. They got Evan Mobley, who's really taking a step forward in his offense. And you're thinking, what? No, he's averaging the same numbers. Well, look, he's averaging the same numbers, but he has a better team with him. So, better numbers. Same numbers, better team, or same numbers, worse team? Which one would you take? I'm taking the first one. But, he's played Evan Mobley's been playing good. He's shooting threes now, which is really good. He definitely needs to start taking them so he can just get some experience and just get shooting really good. Then you got Jared Allen. Jared Allen, I saw his game against the Lakers. He was going absolutely crazy against the Lakers when I first saw him come back. Obviously, that was a game a while ago, back in November. But Jared Allen's been playing really good. He's dominant force in the paint, blocks shots, gets your boards. I saw him shoot a mid-range the other day. I was surprised. I don't know if he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the free throw. He hit some free throws a little okay. But I don't think he's really much of a shooter. But then you got the small forward position. It's kind of it's kind of like a frisky spot. The person I'm thinking about is Isaac Okoro, and then you got, Isaac Okoro is a very good defender. He just need to step it up on the offensive end. He just kind of passive on the offensive end. He shoots the ball, but he shoots it really badly. He needs to drive. He's a very athletic guard, athletic forward /guard. He can take the ball inside, dunk it. for like, I don't even know. He can really play, but he just doesn't try to do it. And it just kind of doesn't go well. He just really needs to be the dynamic guard. Like a dynamic guard that really sets the tone for the Cavs. Because if he becomes a really solid offensive player, I mean, that's all they really need. They just need someone who can drive, kick, drive, dunk, drive, lay it up, drive, do all this stuff. Like they could really use someone that would just make their team even better. Because they got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, both of them do that. And then you got Evan. You got Mobley, and you got Jared Allen. You got all those guys, and just fit that nice little three in there. It'd be perfect. So then we have a starting three. Isaac Okoro could fit right in perfectly if he just starts shooting better, driving better, playmaking, here in defense. But he needs to be a better offensive player. All right, enough of the Cavs, and then you got who's going to talk about Pelicans. I love them. I mean, Devontae Graham. Why am I talking about Devontae Graham? Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. Those two have been the leaders of this team. I mean, Zion, he's been playing really good coming back. Probably 26 points per game. I'm almost certain he's averaging that. And he's just been incredible. They're playing Point Zion, which everyone's like, don't play Point Zion, don't play Point Zion. But he's been playing it really well. And he's just taken that so much farther than I thought that he would. And he really he can play, make, drive. He will dunk that ball. He will send the paint, get rebounds, wrestle the ball away from people. He's shot the ball a little bit, too. Like, it's a little scary. He's shooting the ball a little bit. He's making some of them. He's showing you, hey, I have this potential. He has the potential to be one of the greatest players, I'm going to say it, of all time. He's incredible. He's unlike any player we've ever seen. You'd never see a 6'6", 280 player. And I could say Charles Barkley. But Charles Barkley couldn't jump like my man Zion. He wasn't playing like my man Zion. I'll be honest, Zion is... Never mind. I'm not going to piss people off. Zion is incredible. He is one of the best players in the league. He's going to be one of the best players in the league. Just... in general, he's getting closer to that status. I feel like he's going to be all-star, Brandon Ingram all-star, and possibly. Then you got CJ McCollum. This will light it up. CJ will light it up. So will Brandon, but CJ's he's going to give you 20 points, most likely. What do you expect it? I mean, he just comes from behind and gets you. And he just really understands how to play his role on the team. He can do that. You got Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy's been a blow-up player this year. He's been incredible. Shooting the ball, driving the ball, dunking the ball, doing all this stuff that I would not have expected Trey Murphy Jr. to do. Trey Murphy II to do. And he has been playing really good, and I like Trey Murphy. They got Jonas Valanciunas. I don't know how he's been playing. I haven't really watched him. But he's Jonas Valanciunas, from what I know of him, shoot. He can stretch the floor. He can go inside, lay the ball up, defend somewhat, and he can just be a little rock center for you. And Herb Jones, my God, he just athletic forward who can absolutely defend the basketball for his life. He can do it. He will stop that basketball no matter what the heck you want him to do. He will stop you from scoring. If I had 100% possession to score on Herb, I don't know if I'd score once. I'll be honest. He will lock anyone up. He can also stretch the floor a little bit too. He's athletic. He can dunk the ball too. Dunk it, lay up, all that kind of stuff. And then let's think. Pretenders Lakers. They're not even in the contention. They're not going to be a good team. LeBron's playing better. Anthony Davis, MVP status possibly. I'm not even going to talk about it for a lot. Teams are disappointed. Clippers disappointing, to be honest. I'm a semi-Clippers fan. I love Paul George, Kawhi, Paul George mostly, but still, we just need to play better. I mean, I don't understand why we're not playing better. We have John Wall, Kawhi, Paul George. I mean, we should be really good. Luke Kennard, Ivica Zubac, he had like a 25 rebound game one time this year. I was like, whoa. He had an incredible game. And then it just kind of dragged off. I mean, some players do that. He has been a really good player. I mean, he's been playing really good, doing great this season. And I'll tell you what, more contenders and pretenders on my next episode of the podcast. This is really short because I gotta go watch a movie with my family, But signing off, Benjamin Henson. I will see y'all later.